Testing 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pro Esports League podcast. Until we get a proper name for it, Smurf, I'm just calling it the LD. That's what I'm calling it. And the LD is for the loadout drop, ladies and gentlemen. That's my name. Danny and Smurf are going to decide whether or not we're going to keep that name. But, maybe I can convince them. But, Smurf, my bro, say how's it to the peeps online?
How's it, everyone? Welcome back to episode number 2. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So I'll just eat my hair right here. I haven't seen how I look yet. Yeah, so welcome to everyone. It's been a hectic week of drama and awesome games and close games and a few teams that went quite easily. So let's get almost into everything. So how was everyone's week and all the games? At least no team dropped out so far. So
That's a good sign.
Good.
That's a good sign.
That's good. Yeah.
But that's cool, man. Let's see who we got. Viewers, if you are with us, please say how's it in the chat. We want to give you a shout out. Let's see, we got Kelly's here as always. What is happening? We got Llewellyn here as well. Mr. Flo, Crispy's with us. Is Crispy playing in the Modern Warfare? He seems like the type of guy that would. Are you guys gonna? He's asking if we can do this week's results tonight. We are, hey. We're gonna be looking through all the results and the tables and stuff. Correct?
Yes,
yeah.
Correct.
So before we get there, I know, Smurf, biggest news is that all the PlayStation people are playing Vanguard this weekend. I think that's the biggest news that everyone is so excited about. Are you a PlayStation player?
I am a PlayStation player, but I'm waiting for the free one.
Okay.
One of those guys.
Yeah,
I'm one of
yeah,
those
yeah.
guys. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my Christmas bonus to buy this game, this expensive bloody game.
It's crazy, hey?
So
The price of this thing is ridiculous. I was very surprised. I'm
very
like,
expensive,
no, guys, this is something crazy. But a lot of people may say that you're the wiser guy. You're not going to get ahead of yourself and go for it. For me personally, I'll be honest. If it was out this weekend on PC, I would have been there.
I think most people. I think most people are already on it. The ones that already downloaded it and bought it. So, and it looks. I watched a few videos and wow, I can't wait to play it.
Yeah.
It looks very good and it looks like very heavy strategic. How do you say? My
Strategic,
English,
yeah, strategic.
Strategic.
Yeah.
It looks very strategic. So, yeah, yes, it's gonna be hectic. And I heard already Battlefield people playing Vanguard as well and loving it. So
Sure.
hopefully,
Nice.
yeah, a few feedbacks I got of Vanguard so far.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest. The few streams that I watched, it looks really competitive. I'm a bit concerned about the squad spawns, but we'll see how we can exploit that at some point. But we got some feedback here. Let's see. Crispy saying, how's it? How's the week going? Jacques says his week was KAK. He wrote maths yesterday. Oh, Friday. Sorry, he wrote maths on Friday, and he's writing maths again tomorrow. Yes, he's Jacques. Good luck. I hope it goes well. I hope that your equations balance as always. All of that. Kelly says it's going well. How are you doing? I'm doing well, Kelly. I had a good weekend, thanks. It was my brother's bachelor's party yesterday. So did a bit of a recovery this morning, but it was good. I didn't feel too bad, Smurf, how did your week go? Your weekend has been all right?
Yeah, it's been a good weekend. So didn't do too much. Just watched some rugby, disappointment rugby this morning.
Oh, no, man.
But yeah, let's don't
Excuse.
talk about that. Let's don't talk about the rugby this morning. Yeah, and the Bulls, congratulations to all the Bulls with Currie Cup champions. So good. They played very good. Quite an easy game for them. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Who do you support, man?
And let's don't forget Ronaldo's 2 goals.
Let's go.
That's my highlight.
Let's
That's my
go.
highlight of the weekend.
Yeah. I think it's good that we got a panel full of Man United supporters. This is the way to go,
Yeah.
man. That's the way to go. Look,
I think so too.
But we're not going to talk too much about sport. People came here
No.
to hear about the CODZA scene and what is happening. So I think let's get straight into it. Bash, do you watch F1? I don't, unfortunately. I'm a fan of motorsport. But
That was drama. There was a lot of drama there.
oh, was it? Seems like
I watch
Smurf watches
everything.
F1.
If there's sport, I'm watching it.
Yeah, so whether it's esports or real sport or
Yeah,
motorsports,
everything.
Smurf is watching. He's watching. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So Smurf, let's get into it, man. I mean,
Yes.
just to let everyone know, as you saw in the title, we got a special guest tonight. It is Mr. Black Zack himself. He will be joining in on our podcast a little bit later. When he comes in, just give me a chance to change some screen positions and
Yeah.
stuff and get the graphics going. But let's get the guys going on what the news is. What is the news, sir?
All right. Let's get into season 2 semi-pro league, week 1 and week 2. So we already got the Fallen Beast on top of the log with 6, Nexus Elders with 6, and TNT with 6.
Okay, wait, hold on.
And
Sorry,
BTE,
Smurf, you got to come back. We're on semi-pro, right?
yes,
There we
yes,
go.
semi-pro.
Sorry, guys, it's on your
But
screen now. You can go for
I
it.
see there's a problem here on the log. BTE Watchmen supposedly have to be on top with 7 points. I don't know why the log does do this. I don't know if because they played 3 games, but they should be on top with the only team that played 3 with Project Alpha. Then you have the Fallen Beast on 6, Nexus Elder on 6, TNT Austrias on 6. They are all 3 teams unbeaten in the semi-pro so far.
Damn.
So it's going to be very interesting when they're going to start playing each other to see who's going to be the strongest of these 3 teams that haven't lost a match so far. So that's going to be very interesting. And then we got Tofcorp, LLG, and Nexus, and my guys at the bottom of the log, number 8. Yeah, been a tough 2 weeks for them.
Oh, that's tough, man. That is tough.
Yes.
Yo. I do remember from our episode 1. You did say that you fully behind the boys, but you were a bit concerned because it is now a Cold War team coming into Modern Warfare.
Well,
You know.
yeah, but I see TNT is playing Nexus Elder this week. So I think that's going to be the game of the week. It's going to be Nexus Elder against TNT Austrias. That's a team we're going to have to look out this week. Both teams undefeated. So yeah, that's gonna be a cracker of a game, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So chat, there's your standings. Lloyd Morton, what is happening? Thanks for tuning in. He's saying greetings, Sarl.
Greetings.
Greetings. Yes, good to see you. That was very formal. Do you know this person in a very formal setting? Or?
No.
Okay, just a fan tuning in. So listen, that's the standings this week. On your right, you can see the fixtures coming up. On the 13th, let's have a look. So Smurf, how's it going to work? Are these games scheduled for these days, or will it be like how it was with the Pro Esports this year with Cold War, where they're going to play by a certain deadline this week? Or is this the day they play?
No, that's not the days it's played. That's just the whole website. They have to put in a date and time.
Okay.
So they can change it how they organize their game through the week.
Okay.
They have the full week to play their week 3. And yeah, up to Sunday they can play their game. Yeah, so hopefully we can get most of the games done by Thursday. Give us some time to fill in all the stats and get in all of that.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got to ask the streamers to help us out on the podcast. You know, it might be a good idea, Smurf, if the leagues if the games get done by Thursday, maybe they can send us a few clips. Best moments that they found on during the matches. Because I mean, for those who don't know, we've got a full team of streamers that are helping out with the league. You can check them out. They are on the website. They're busy streaming all the matches. They're hosting the matches. Man, it really turns out to be a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying?
We can ask the streamers to send us a few clips in of some good moments that they liked through the team games they played. Maybe a ninja move there on S&D or a clutch here on Hardpoint that last few seconds win. Something like that. Then we can play it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can get to the player stats from the website.
Is it on the website somewhere here? I can maybe navigate.
I'll just go on my phone. But yeah, we can go on to the amateur league.
The
and
amateur.
see it all goes.
There it is.
Ek ons het die opgestuur het nie.
All right, we got tier 1 to tier 6 on the screen. What do you have to tell us tonight about these teams, Smurf?
Oh, wow, what a week. We had a lot of ups and downs during the week. We had some teams doing naughty stuff, and we had few teams that's been brilliant so far. I'm just gonna get into something that's been a problem at the moment. You know, all these glitches of Cold War skins and gun skins and everything in the games. We would advise and please tell all your players to not use it or stay away from those glitches, please.
Yeah.
Glitches is seen as a serious offense. So we already had two players that was caught with these things. So we don't wanna ban players, and we don't wanna make things difficult for teams. We want full strength teams to play each game. So please try and keep the games clean, and we can move on.
Yeah, and look, Smurf, that's a massive point that you bring up, because we don't want to be in a position where players are exploiting glitches or all this stuff, because at the end it's a competition, and let's respect the spirit of competition, and let's keep going in clean plays. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, at the end of the
Yes.
day, we want to make it level for everyone. Everyone's putting in the effort. They're putting in, all the time. Let's get the best competition we can, because I bet you there's nothing worse than encountering a glitch or something inherent in the game that's being exploited. So as you said, Smurf, we're going to be treated very seriously, right?
Yes.
And it's going to be dealt with. I did see a lot of discussions happening in the PEL WhatsApp groups for the captains and stuff. So Monique is saying, scroll down for the stats. It's under the amateur tables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at that at the end.
Okay.
And we can maybe run through quickly a few players that's standing out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm looking here at the tier 1 log. It's not been fully updated yet.
Okay.
So I can't go into too much about it. So we'll move down to tier 2. It's fully updated. I'm going to talk to tier 1 master there. See what's up there, if we should help them or get that log updated.
Yeah.
We have tier 2 here. Via the Midgard Serpents. The Serpents from, what's that series?
Midgard.
No, the Serpents. What's that series that was their name? Man, I watched it. Can't remember. The Biker Gang.
No.
The Serpents.
I can't help you, boys. I'm drawing a blank here. You putting me on the other side.
Maybe someone there in chat can help us. Maybe we can. If someone can help us with the series with the Biker Gang with the Serpents, quite very good series, I have to say. But yeah, they're on top with 6 points. Serenity with 6 points. Both of them undefeated. Looking good for those two teams, 2-2. Then we have Stampede, Lonzo and Stampede Oswald, 2-1. Lost 1, win 1, 5-3. So Lonzo probably lost their one game by like 3-2 if it's 5 points. So should have been a very close game. Let me check what's that game here. It should be updated. It was against Serenity, 3-2. The Serenity win against Stampede Lonzo. And then we have Project Alpha Golf there with 2 points, 2 games, and J-Bombs Alpha 2 and 0 on the log. And then we go down to tier 3. We have Nexus Titans and Project Alpha Battalion Foxtrot with 6 points each. Both of them is undefeated.
Nice.
Both of them win both their games. Yeah, the Foxtrot guys is my team. They've had 2 great games so far, and Nexus also played 2 great games. They won their rivals, Nexus Phoenix, 3-0.
Yo. No friends in war, hey? No friends in war.
No friends in that clan there. 3-0 for Nexus Titans against Phoenix. If I look here, all the games were 3-0. There wasn't even one game that the other team got 1 point.
Sure.
So it's been a bloodbath here for some. Some is struggling a little bit, but still having fun at the same time. Learning a lot from better teams is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have Cylon here with 2-1 and Twisted Military 2-1, both on 3 points. Nexus, Phoenix, and Buccaneers lost both their games is on 0 points. Then we go down to Tier 4. We have Stampede Oz and War Pigs. Both win both their games 2-2, both on 6. Then we have Diavia, Fenrir 2-1, and Gunslinger Girls GSG 2-1 on 3 points each. We have UBR on 1 point. They got 1 point in one of their games. And Scorpio on 0 points after 2 games. Yes, also most of the games were 3-0. Only the Stampede Oz against UBR were 3-1.
Yeah.
And then Tier 5, we have MBSA Cerberus against Nexus Academy Blue. Both of them on 6 points. Both won both their games. Full points for them. Then we have Project Alpha Echo on 4 points and J-Bombs Omega on 3 points. They both have 2-1. And then we have Blackjacks, both Blackjacks teams at the bottom with 1 point and 0 points. If you look at the scores, a few 3-1 scores there, but yeah, most of them were also 3-0s. And we last tier 6, we have the Valkyrie on top with Rage Quit Gaming. Both of them on 6 points, both won both their games. Then we have also another DV team, Banamor.
I'm not gonna help you with that one, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what that one is. Banana Mo? I don't know.
Maybe Monique can help us there with the voice note to say that name. And we have MBSA Chimera on 3 points each. Nexus Academy Red and Sub-Zero on 0 points in Tier 6. I'm looking at the scores, and yeah, we have some 2 tight games we had here with Benador against Nexus Academy with a 3-2. And again, Benador in another hectic game, they lost 2-3 to Valkyrie. So they were involved in 2 hectic games this week with five maps played in both their matches.
Yeah.
I think they are tired after this week. I hope they rested this weekend after those 2 matches.
But you'll be surprised. Sometimes the teams get pumped up. They get a momentum. They're like, hey, let's keep playing, especially if they're winning. I find if teams are losing a lot, they're like, hey, let's take a break. But teams that are winning, you know what, they're like, let's just keep it going. But let's be honest, it seems a lot tighter in this section of the tournament. There was a bit of a bloodbath up top that we had to look at that you mentioned. But over here, things seems much, much, much tighter, which is good. We like to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. It's you like the five maps games.
Yeah.
Just give it especially a streamer enjoys it more.
Definitely. How are the guys? How are the guys adjusting, going back to domination? Have they been playing control? Have you gotten any feedback? How have the matches been looking?
They said it's a bit different. Coming back to domination from control, but some of the things are still the same. You have to still focus on your points. The same as that you did in control. Control was just 2 points you had to focus on at the same time. Where in domination you mostly focus also only on A and B. Where in control you have to defend and attack at the same time. Where domination you can just if you have both points you just defend the whole game. Or you have to attack if you lose your points. So some of the guys.
What do you think? What do you think, Smurf? From you, I mean, which game mode do you prefer? Do you prefer domination or do you prefer control?
I like control. Control. I like control because it can give a strong team can struggle easily on control. If you just have your defense or your attacking strats perfect, or you just time that sweep in and get that A or B quickly, there's no stopping you.
Yeah, for sure.
But with A and B, if you play domination, and you're quite a good team, and you can hold A and B, for that whole game mostly, and you can even push them back for a bit of a spawn trap quite easily. I think. Control only at one map you can do really a spawn trap, but yeah. I'm looking. Oh, the stats. I've got the stats here now. You wanna go through to Zach first before we go stats, or we do the
No,
stats
we can
quickly?
do stats, and then we can go to the end with Zach. I think that'll be cool. So look, I've got the stats up on the screen right now of semi-pro and amateur. So you can
Mm.
go through as you need to. The guys can't see on the screen. But while you're busy,
Yeah.
everyone in chat, question goes out to you as well. Which do you prefer, domination or control? I'll be honest, I prefer control because, control can go right down to the wire. Domination, mathematically, you can get to a point where you can't recover. But control, if you got the gunny, you got the strats, man, it goes all the way. So what do you guys think? Control or domination? Let us know in the chats. Smurf's going to run us through some stats of some players that we should be watching. So Smurf, it's up on the stream. Whenever you're ready, we can gooi, but
Yeah. Awesome. Semi-pro player stats. Who's on top here? Fatal from TNT Austrias with a 1.98 KD. Then we have Trash Hulk from Nexus, 7 with Nexus Elder, and yes, 3 guys here of Nexus Elder on to top with the KDs,
shoo.
1.8, 1.6, 1.58, and then we have No
Not
Crim 6 and King Fahad and Nasty here from Watchman. Oh, so you can see I talked earlier about these 3 teams. You can see with TNT guy there on top, and then the Nexus Elder, and then the BTE Watchman, and the Fallen Beast right behind them. So Namibian Ghost and Kron Hayes, also Grumpy Monk. So top 10 players here so far. KDs are looking quite high.
Yeah,
For
that's crazy, hey. Those
yes,
I mean, if you're looking at a semi-pro division, that's some really really good KD. I don't know how
that's very good.
Fatal came in at almost 2. That is, yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, maybe it's coming from the Cold War side of things. If you go back, it's a bit
Definitely.
easier to kill in MW.
Yeah, yeah. I think when we go further into the tournament, we will have better stats. We will look at the more than the KDs. We will look at who's doing some good capturing and all of that, and the objective plays. But for now, we're just going to run through the KDs. Some of it's not many games played yet, so it won't tell us much about how they all play. We will see more here at the end, how things go until these good teams face each other.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's go over to amateur. We've got Snotball,
Ooh, I spoke
uh,
too soon. 3.5. Ay, 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 ay.
3.5 KD from Warpix. Someone call the police,
Yeah.
because yes, something hectic going on here with Warpix. 2 players on top, both over 3 KD. I think this is a game we need to watch these players because they are wrecking it. After that, I can't say who is this number 2. I don't speak this language. That's
Yeah.
his name. So we just call him the Warpig guy.
Yeah.
He's on 3.2, and then we got Boss Boy from Stampede on 2.48, Peaky Blinders from Nexus 2.38, Nexus Titans is Evo from 2.3, Steven Jr. 2.2 of Nexus Academy Red. We've got Chicken Squeeze from Midgard Serpents 2.14. He's been squeezing a few chickens there, and that was to get that above 2 KD. And then we have Nick here from Project Alpha Echo with a 2.7 KD. We have the Master Panda from Rage Quit Gaming with a 2.6. Drop-in from Project Alpha Foxtrot with a 2.5. And we have another 2 KD here from Camping Potato from Rage Quit Gaming. So we take it what he's good at is probably camping that spots, camping the hard points, camping the domination, and camping on S&D, getting those kills and making sure they win.
Smurf, what's your thoughts on camping? But
Nothing wrong with it.
okay, all right, okay, nothing
If
wrong.
that, I wouldn't say if you plant the bomb, you have to sit and camp. If you
Okay, maybe
have to protect
S&D.
the,
S&D, it
if
makes
you
sense.
if your job is to watch over that hard point and don't let anyone into that hard point, you're gonna go look for the best camping spot, the best spot you can get over the hard point. Even in domination, if you can, your job is so that they don't capture B or they don't capture A, you're gonna sit and camp in certain spots to make sure they don't get there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna have at least one player of your 5 players that's camping. Their
That's
job is camping.
they're just watching. Yeah.
That's their job. They have to watch. They have to protect. Or they protect your spawn, or they're protecting the hard point. You know, there's so many things that play. It's a very important player actually. If you lose your camper or your not actually a camper, but your guy that's protecting your spawn, if you lose that player, they can spawn switch quite quickly, and that's going to put you on the back foot. So that's a very important player in all the game modes, I would say.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I think
Yes.
I think it's a big deal when it comes into it, and you know, you're playing like a pub or something like that, and the player just stands in a corner, you know, stands in a corner and just watches you, and you're like, okay, thanks, sitting in a corner. But strategically, like you're mentioning, you know, from a league point of view, if you're holding down a hill or you're watching a bomb site, you're gonna stand in a corner and you're gonna do what it takes to get that kill. You know what I'm saying? But we got some people with us. Nitrous has joined us. What's happening? Hello, hello. As she says there. Ray is with us. What is up? Ray says control is fun AF. It's true. I like control as well. Nitrous says she played control last night. It was lacquer. And she also loves camping. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Any questions there from
Yeah.
the guys about the tiers or the games or the KDs or the player stats, anything?
Questions or comments? Yeah, so you guys can please put it in the comments. We'll get to that while we get Zach in with us right now. So guys, just hang tight. Gonna start. Just gonna invite
Give
Zach
us
quickly.
a minute or so, yeah.
Yeah, just gonna invite Zach. He's gonna get in, and then I'm just gonna do some resizing on the screen. But that's
Okay, I'll be
there we go.
back in a second.
Zach joined and then he left. Just gonna see Zach attack. Where are you? Oh no. Let's go Bash. Oh no, let's go back. I'm just inviting Zach, guys. So yeah, any comments you guys have, you can put it in the chat. Any questions? There we go. Zach is in. Testing 1, 2.
Just have to get my kids' toys out of me. Check with Zach here.
Yeah, it seems that he's joined. We're just trying to get audio, maybe. Zach, are you there?
Hello. Yes, I am here.
Go. Zach is here with us. Zach, just give me a mic test there, please. Keep talking if you will.
Yeah. How are you guys doing today?
No, we're very good, thank you. Zach, all the way there from the UK.
Yeah.
That's amazing. The UK? How's things going up there, bro? Please tell me you're a Man United supporter. I would love to know that you're a Man.
I'm not really into football, unfortunately. The football I watch is NFL.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you're a Vikings fan then.
I'm not. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
I'll go get my Vikings jacket now. So. And I've got my Peterson rugby jersey or football jersey as well. So I love my NFL.
Yeah, it's a good spot. The new season just started, so
Yeah,
hey.
it is. But it's too early in the morning, so I'm not going to watch games 2 in the morning. So I'll watch the highlights. I'll watch the highlights.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome, Zach. It's great to have you here.
I appreciate it.
Now you can talk.
Oh no, sorry, I was just saying I appreciate it.
Yeah. So it's been an amazing season for GigaHub in Cold War again. And I don't think they lost any games through the whole Cold War season.
No, we have not. Still keeping that dominance that we like to do.
You think you guys can carry that over to Vanguard, or you think there's going to be more players coming in that's going to give GigaHub that scare?
I want more players in the CODZA scene to come in to give us a scare. For our GigaHub team, that is for 2022, we want to show that dominance, and I'm pretty sure we expect nothing less from the players. We've continued this dominance back in Modern Warfare when the season was up there for the Master League, and of course now in Cold War we had a successful go through, and we'll take that to Vanguard just as much.
For a curious question, I don't know if you know, what's the total cash prizes that GigaHub has won in South Africa through the whole Cold War season?
Uh,
$1 billion.
I'd say around 20K.
Yeah, I think it's not as much we would like a team like that to win in South Africa. So hopefully we can push those numbers up in Vanguard, getting bigger cash prizes. And the top teams, I think most of the top teams, we want them to win money. They have to get those pockets full and buy new remotes and new headsets and a gaming chair that give them that extra bit of better accuracy in games. But it's awesome to hear that there's actually teams making a bit of money in COD South Africa. There is something in it if you're up to it. If you can play on that level that GigaHub and AKA and Astra and Nexa has been playing. I think those 4 teams were brilliant throughout the season. AKA almost gave GigaHub their first loss as well in the ACGL.
Yeah.
And I think who in season 2 in Cold War with PEL, I think it was it Astra that was a 3-2, or was it also AK?
Yeah,
It was actually it was in the Cold War. It was Astra.
Astra, yes.
They
So
were our closest for the
I think
PEL season 2.
I think Astra was in front 2-0.
Yeah, that game was a sweep. I remember that game.
We swept them.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yes, it was amazing. Yeah. So if you can tell us about what does GigaHub do, what games do you guys play? Just a bit more about your organization.
So GigaHub, run by 2 incredible owners. They have been actually focusing first on the Warzone side, and they started to branch out to other tiers, picking up solo streamers, and then eventually they picked up the COD team, which consists of currently Lithium, Raz, Jameen, and of course Mr. Ritty. And they trusted us, and they said, okay, cool, we want you 4 to represent GigaHub. They have been so supportive to us. They have allowed us to continue playing under them, and for 2022 we will be playing under GigaHub. I'm very happy that I've been managing these boys for around 3 years now, going into 4 in a couple of months. And I'm excited. GigaHub has allowed us to also be very free with streaming. They encourage showing the community that we are there to show off our solo community, our CODZA. No matter how small it may be or how big it gets, we want to show that, it encourages people to come back and play CODZA for next year, of course, of the 2022 season. And they started telling us that, of course, they want us to branch into content creation, and GigaHub have been doing content creation very nicely. They just introduced a Halo team, which will be competing for the next Halo season the new Halo game that comes at the end of the Infinite, and they'll continue their own success there. And we just hope that we show off our dominance in Call of Duty, and also show off the content creation we'll have behind when it comes to streams, TikToks, and videos that we'll do. We're not just separated on COD itself. We can go on to other games. We're thinking about doing some content gaming weeks where we just all of the members play a random game of a choice, and we just put it together and see how it goes.
Oh, that sounds very amazing. So GigaHub, they look after their players. They have amazing sponsors helping, supporting the players, and that just gives you a good comfort in a team. That's a team that's behind you throughout the season, ups and downs. Maybe 1 or 2 guys maybe have a fight now and then, but they all sort it out quickly. They don't break up easy as other teams we've seen during the whole Cold War season, and it's a brotherhood. I've I follow them here on Facebook and all of things, and I've seen the Giga house thing they had. That's amazing. Where all the players goes to one house and just spend a weekend together. And I don't know if it was all the players or players from all Warzone, or was it just only COD players, or I just checked the things on Facebook. GigUp's quite busy, and their content and videos they make looks so good. And we're lucky to have them here in South Africa and representing and putting South Africa's name out there on the international scenes as well.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
they've been certainly showing that they show community support. Being in the South African region as well and picking up all these streamers from the Warzone side. They started off from a few numbers, but they were great streamers themselves, but they have just exceeded their amount, such as Zol from Warzone, Verbo, Carrie. A lot of them have been just fantastic streamers, and obviously our COD team, we know some of them from the Warzone side, but just their passion into content creation and showing off to their own communities. It doesn't matter what game they play. It's just GigaHub is supportive to them, showing that in CODZA, and that being Apex ZA, R6, that goes on Warzone. It shows that there is community support here, and that we can do it just as much as EU side can do, and NA side. We can push our hype up there.
Yeah, I have to agree 100% with you. Yeah, it's been every time Giga plays, the viewers are amazing. We've hit 115 viewers with the Astra Giga game, and yeah, I think that was our highest. And yeah, hopefully with Vanguard we can get those numbers even up and maybe reach 200 to 300 viewers in a game. And I think with GigaHub's gonna be a big part of that. Everyone wants to see the best players play. If they just hear you guys play, they all want to tune in. All the players want to watch them play and learn. I think most of them want to see what you guys do, what strats do you guys run. And like you get a lot of people looking up to FaZe and Optic and all these guys. We've got local players looking up to GigaUp and to see, yes, what strats are these guys doing, and where do they run? How do they play S&D? How do they manage control? And I think they're like idols in the COD scene. A lot of players look up to them.
Yeah, and obviously the players themselves. I will say, I think people also try to tend to have this mentality that GigaHub, their dominance is so annoying for some of the players. I'm not saying everyone in the community, but this mentality that, oh man, we can't beat them, this and that. There is, trust me when I say, behind the scenes, our worst time we ever had in this Call of Duty is Search and Destroy, the game mode. Behind the scenes, that literally broke us as a team. Like, we got to a point where we were thinking, do we need a roster change? Do we need something else different? And people don't see that, obviously. They just see this dominance, or they say, hey, you know what? They're playing the game nonstop. They dedicate their lives nonstop. We try to dedicate the decent amount. Everyone else on this, every player there has their own lives, personal lives, whether that be work, university, or anything else like that. But we're also we're human, quotation marks. We're not just some kind of, oh man, they don't sleep 24/7. They just compete, and they never stop playing. Oh, they're a whole bunch of nerds, that and that. No, it's not that mentality at all. It's just we work as a team. We want to get better as a team, and if we see that we're slacking, we will hash it out with each other. We were very direct when it comes into speaking, and I know that these guys have been my friends. Consider them family now. But if I see something wrong in the manager's perspective, or when we're going through our VOD reviews, if we actually look through the S&Ds and across obviously the streams that Bash puts out with his casting or anybody else, we'll go through it and then we'll ask ourselves, like, what the hell were you thinking there? Is there anything wrong? What was going on in this? Because the best base is you give yourself that hype as a team, you give yourself that good feeling, and you keep on going. Even though you're losing, even though you're down around and stuff, you always keep picking up your team because you get that regaining bound. The shouting, the negativity comes after the game, because that will only just bring you down further middle of the game.
Yeah, I think that you touched an important point there. I will say something quickly, then Bash can take over a bit. But yeah, especially the screaming and disappointment in games. Even my teams, I've played in a few of my teams, and I've watched other plays in the streams, and you can just feel the tensions in the game. That if someone is not happy, they stop talking, they don't do call outs or nothing, or they starts pointing fingers to each other. And I think you have just to keep it inside you, and just keep playing your game, concentrate on your game, and afterwards you let all your emotions out when there's no one that can see or watch you behind the screens. And I think that's a very important mentality that you guys have during games. I think that's where guys with a 2-0 down, you can bring it back to win 3-2. Is that mentality, or not starting pointing fingers at each other or screaming or swearing, and just keep the focus, keep the mentality right to win this game. Bash, if you want to say a few things there for Zach.
I just want to add on to what you're talking about, Smurf, because I think, Zach, you'll also agree. When we get to this kind of level, and even with the matches that we did watch, man, it doesn't necessarily come down to shooting ability. It comes down to that critical teamwork. It's that thing of, listen, is your SMG duo tight? Do I have my partner covered? Am I watching the lanes? Am I giving my comms, And when you guys review these things, obviously watching your VODs and your plays and, all this sort of stuff, what's the sort of setup that you have in terms of calling out, addressing, recovering, calling out, addressing, recovering? Because like to what Smurf was saying, sometimes it just becomes a huge complaining session. It's very easy for that to happen in a team, So what recommendation can you give to the other teams out there who's still trying to get this team dynamic going? Because in a competition level, it comes down to teamwork. Everyone can play, everyone can call out, but that teamwork aspect, what's the number one takeaway you can give to league players?
I would say, first of all, the calling out itself, when you're learning about Call of Duty itself, you first go and practice in custom games. Custom games is there for you guys. You load in there. It doesn't matter where exactly you want to push into it. You don't have to have loads of teammates. It's just your own team. You verse nobody. It's just you go there. You set up your maps, of course. Whether for Vanguard, there will be new maps for HP, for S&D, and for the third game mode that will be announced later on for the CDL variant. You set up those maps, you learn them off by heart, you feel comfortable on the maps with your teammates, because you cannot do this training where you'll only have 3 players on the map and just missing one teammate. Oh, he's not around. Try and make some time. You have the 4 players there. You go around the team. You dedicate some of that time into learning the routes, what positions you want to take in each hard points, and of course, vice versa in Search and Destroy, and of course, when it was in Cold War, Control. When it comes to communication-wise, I think a lot of teams have this urge to scream very loud when it's time. It's like, oh man, he's one shot.
Yeah.
I'm rotating. Try to keep. I know that sometimes it gets tough because there's so much happening on the map, but try to keep the voice to medium level, because you can hear other people. Because sometimes there will be one player that just says, watch out, behind you, he's going on the flank. There will be one person that will shout a bit louder that you can allow all the teammates to hear. It's like, oh man, I didn't hear you. Oh man. And I think for the time where we get broken as a team and a hard point that we just won, or we won the spawns for, I would, in particular, raid P2. Just as we start that raid, that rotation from P1 to P2. If we fight for that spawn, and if we get broken, team that does that very well is Astra against us. Yeah. They did it very well. They sent Frosty and they sent Bevan. Bevan was always on the flank. Bevan was a thorn to us in the back with the flanking, non-stop flanking. And we noticed Frosty came through mid staircase of water, and then of course they let Caden come through, and of course Astra coach. And the one thing we got to understand is, as soon as we get broken, we still have enough time. We got to play our seconds very well in that time. That 60 points headed onto hill. It's a huge win for us. We also got to get that rotation, because the rotation from P2 to P3 is so far that we actually have to try and dip through to the zigzag area, that we don't meet a player from Astra in this perspective, in this scenario, I'm saying. And the one thing that as soon as you lose that HP, I think a lot of people that go in the mind's like, oh man, just rotate, just rotate.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
try and be a thorn in the middle. Try and cause some kind of commotion. Keep that contestation if you can. Hey, if you're gonna die, you can send a couple, one player or two players to go there. Keep that contestation inbound because the less points they have, obviously, it's successful for us. But we're winning that rotation as well, so we're focusing on that P3. So that regain always is there to happen for the teams because the one thing you don't want to say is like have that negative mindset. Oh man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What are we doing wrong? And then you shouting at the team out. Someone's like you said, pointing fingers at each other. You don't want that shit.
Yeah.
That's not cool at all to anybody. And it brings down team moral.
It
And
does.
you want to just rise like, hey guys, come on, regain. We're going to the next point. Don't worry. Let's just focus on next. Focus on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely say just work on those when it's time to actually move on to the maps.
For sure. And I like what you're saying, Zach, is that, you know what, that regain aspect is so important because there's more to the game than just the hill that you're on now. You know what I'm saying? Different story if it's like, okay, they got 20 points left to win and you got to break the hill, all of that stuff. You know, obviously that's different decisions. But what I picked up from watching, you know, all these amazing teams is that there's so many different aspects to the game than just the objective. You know, and what I saw in the other tiers within the game was that a lot of teams are just like, let's just work this objective and forget about all the different aspects. You know, so map control, getting the spawns, watching the lanes, you know, all those things just come into play. And it's really, once you start getting all those different things right, you start feeling that rhythm that we see with the Giga Hubs, the Astras, the Nixas, you know. And it becomes something really amazing to watch. I mean, let's talk roster on the Giga Hub roster, right? So you mentioned that you guys are going into Halo, and I've seen all the marketing, you know, everything. I'm like, yes, see, this is so cool. But at the same time, I was like, geez, I hope none of the COD players decide to go and play Halo because you know what's gonna happen on the COD scene, you know. So are you any of your players discussing the possible Halo switch, or everyone happy?
I'm not allowed to talk about this. Obviously, I'll talk about it on a later date, but I'll give you this. We are not sticking with the same team that we had in Cold War.
Okay. Oh, chat, are you watching? Are you listening? There we go.
We're not sticking with that team.
All right, interesting.
And for those players that are leaving, they're not going into other games, that I can say.
Okay.
For now, I think they might be focusing on other things, but we are not going into. We're going to have a change of roster when we're going into Vanguard.
Okay.
So it's going to be very exciting to see it.
Nice. Oh, that's a juicy nugget we wanted for tonight. Definitely, that's a good one. So, guys, stay tuned. That's going to be very, very interesting. And last one from my side. I know we're running out of time, Smurf, but let's talk about Vanguard for a little bit. Have you played this weekend's beta or not yet?
I haven't played this beta, but I've heard that I've heard the spawns for squad spawns are a nightmare right now.
Yeah,
I've been looking around.
Yeah, look, the squad spawns. I watched a few streams. Obviously, it's on PlayStation. I'm on PC, but I watched a few streams. You know, all the big streamers and stuff. And listen, the game looks phenomenal. The mechanics, the maps. Listen, they did something to map lighting that I am so impressed with this time. It really is a beautiful game. But the squad spawns, obviously, it is what it is. But I'm not sure if you had a chance to have a look at any gameplay videos or anything like that.
I have.
What's your thoughts?
It looks pretty well. It looks very good. It looks like a nice mixture of World War II, and you can see that Modern Warfare engine being used.
Yeah.
And I like that. I have hope. The one thing I would say, and to you, Bash, you would probably agree, I need the CODcaster to work well, and I need those lobbies to start up without anybody glitching. That's what I need as well. Yeah.
I agree with you on that one, man. We definitely need to get that right this time around. But one thing I did notice, which I specifically want to talk about, is, you know, when we went from MW to Cold War, the time to kill was drastically different between the two games. You know, Cold War, the time to kill is significantly higher than in Modern Warfare. I mean, if you go back and you play some MW lobbies, people just die so easily. You even die so easily, you know. But one thing I did notice from all the streams is that the time to kill on Vanguard seems like it's going to be quite balanced. You know, it seems like it's going to create just the right amount of competitive situations, you know. And if we bring in the destructible map elements and all of those things, do you think we can anticipate some really good moments?
Definitely. a throwback to, of course, Glove Peak in Modern Warfare. One of those S&D maps that we enjoy a lot. Well, was one of our favorite back when we were we were under a different org, and we we used to play that mid very well near the A bomb, and there was a door that you could open up, of course, just to go into that crater dip, where it was just destruction around, but there
Yeah,
was a door
yeah,
there, and
yeah.
it's a nice spot for snipers. And that door, we would peek it now and then. We'll try and hear anybody crossing through map, because the way you can turn up your headset, you can actually hear someone. If one of them actually vault onto the tank itself, you can hear it. The gun actually hit the tank, and there's a ting noise that actually gives it away.
Wow.
And we used to wait for someone to be very close by, and one player would be besides the door. But that was a 50-50 chance, because the other team also understood that, hey, there could be someone right here. We bang this door quickly, we shell it. So we used to set up two players there around. We'll wait for one player to come through. We'll smash through the door, and we'll take one out. If we do like lose a player, we'll have that trade there automatically. So that's what we used to do. And the destructible doors, of course, coming back. I know some people are not too happy with it. Some people prefer just having those open spaces where you don't have to play the environment. But as soon as COD goes on, and they add these things, you might as well just adapt to it now. I know that question, that quotation marks that. People like to say online, oh, just adapt. Their COD servers are not the game. The guns are all weird as hell. Just adapt. Of course, there's GAs that will be coming into Vanguard, and being that we follow the CDL Pro GAs compared to the Challenger GAs, but we do follow the Challenger rule set of how we play through. But unfortunately, the GAs are on the pro side as we go through, so we're gonna have to see what gets banned, what's not allowed. Is sniping back? Because this
I
is the
hope
first
so.
card that we had where no sniping is there, and sniping is a huge aspect in Search and Destroy that we like to see, because
Massive.
that gets the first blood, and you want to see anything go crazy with it.
Yeah.
That's who we like to watch. Who is ever on the sniper from a caster's point of view? Who's going to get it from either team? Because there's going to be a sniping warfare between the both teams, and I think Cold War really missed that out, unfortunately. And we just got to see whoever gets the first kill with an AR or sub.
Yeah, for sure. So my last request, and I think Smurf, this is a request to you, Smurf, and I think that Zach's gonna agree with me on this one. But we're gonna trust the PEL for the Vanguard season. We need you guys to come up with a solution so that we can get an in-game listen in. When the pressure is on and it's those tough moments, when it's a SND with a 1v3 clutch situation, or it's a hard point that's going 250, 247, man, if we can listen in on those last 30 seconds, it's going to be something amazing. It's really going to change the whole experience of watching and casting, a COD game. I don't know, Zach, what do you think? I think Smurf's got to look into it.
Yeah, I definitely think if we could set a team up on Discord where they're on obviously different channels, so they don't hear each other obviously mid game. But we have that ability to move around and try and hear what's going on, because they did do that in, I believe, ACGL, but
Yes,
it was
did.
done with Discord, and it's pretty nice to have that on. And especially in those S&Ds, you want to hear what's going on. They're
Yeah.
getting the kills through. Of course, in HPs, or sometimes when it gets too intense in the controls, when they're just about in those final situations where just four lives left on each side, and you want to hear what's going on, how the player's maneuvering, maybe left in the 1v3, and you want to hear that player's reaction. Then just the caster screaming, "Oh my God, no way!"
100%, 100%. Yeah. So there we go, Smurfy. We gotta set up that PEL server for the matches. We gotta get it going, man. If we could have listen-ins in those moments, even in that reverse sweep between Astra and Giga that we mentioned, man. If we could have that listen-in at key moments in that match, oh my goodness. I know Zach was casting that one, and I was screaming on this side. I felt like he could hear me, like with those moments. Oh man. But that's from me. That's the only questions I had for Zach tonight. So Smurf, I don't know, throwing it back to you.
Yeah, so you guys had an interesting conversation. I watched a few of the CDL games, and they did it as well, where they listen into for like 10 seconds or 50 seconds into phase or optic, whatever, they would listen to their comms.
Yeah.
But I think the main talking point is LAN going to come back to South Africa for Vanguard. We will. The President talk tonight. I
He
think
did, yeah, he
talked, we
did.
missed it.
Yeah, we missed it.
But we'll listen to. I'll go and see what he says. Yeah, we will still probably talk about all the people who will go into maybe host 1 or 2 land tournaments throughout Vanguard. But yeah, that's something we still have to see, and venues and the people who's up to running it, and see how it's going to play out. I know 1 or 2 other tournaments will probably also look at it doing LAN, so it's going to be interesting. And I think then we will see who is actually the best, because everyone's ping is going to be the same. No one's going to run with 80, 100, 150 ping against guys running with 10 ping. And I think that's going to be a game changer in the community, all the games. Some teams that was excellent online is maybe going to struggle in LAN, and teams that struggled in online is going to be one of the top teams that we didn't expect in LAN. So I'm seeing forward for that. That's going to be very interesting. So hopefully we can organize something like that. Only the future will know. But yeah, otherwise, even if other tournaments host LAN, I'll always look at those games even if we have to work with another tournament, we will do it just to get those games up. I think that's going to be very fun to watch again, especially Vanguard. Probably going to start going live at January, February, CDL, and you're going to know what guns you can play with, what maps is going to be the CDL maps. And yeah, I'm looking very forward to that.
For sure. Hopefully that's going to be good news, man. But Zach, thank you so much for joining us from the other side of the world. I love that the internet makes the world so much smaller, you know?
Yeah, thank you very much, Zach. It's awesome having you here and just to give your input into gaming and give us even a few lessons and telling us more about GigUp and what's the future gonna be, giving us some spoilers. And yeah, we appreciate you in the community, and when you stream, you and Keegan streaming is always amazing. We always love it, and yeah, all for the best. And we'll keep an eye on that Twitter page there of GigUp and see what's going to be the rosters like for Vanguard.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate everything you guys are doing from the PL Bash. Smurf, appreciate it a lot. Thank you all so much for showing highlight to the community itself. Towards the end of CODZA for the Pro League side, the Master side, it seems to go very dead, and there's nothing much that players do besides we go into old games and then we practice, or we just go and run some 8s on the old CODs and mess about. But you guys keeping the scene alive with these podcasts and this content that you bring out. At least it shows it shows that hype that's building for the community for Vanguard. And towards the end of a COD, sometimes it gets to a point where it's dry. It's like, oh man, it's like there's not that much to look forward to. But besides the next COD, which will come out in a few months, but that wait for the beta to come out and all that stuff on all consoles. Everyone can play, and then of course when it actually releases, and now it's gonna be a busy 2022 season
for sure.
Yeah.
Zach, I just gotta let you know, I got Enigma in the comments here. I think he wants to have a chat with you. So I'm gonna leave you to that one. We can see how it goes. Josh said the blind fire is already GA'd. That would be sick. I think that was the aim assist issue in Vanguard. Kelly's giving you a shout out. She's got the dabs going in saying Zach. So that's cool. But yeah, guys, it's been amazing tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Smurf, thanks for all the updates. Zach, also for your time and always, that super slick voice of yours. When you watch Zach's casting, you're like, man, this man's got some smooth lines here, man. But all the viewers,
just the same as you, Bash. Same as you.
I think mine's more loud, bro.
Brother, you're the hype man. You're the hype man.
No, he's definitely the hype man.
I still can't believe I told Coach to footsack. That was not right.
You know what's funny? I downloaded that clip and I told Josh he must check Bash's stream out again and watch it again. And we were watching it. We all enjoyed it. And the Giga Hub boys, we were watching it on DC, the stream, right?
Yeah.
And we were having a time of we were like We were just enjoying it.
Yeah, man, but listen,
Uh,
when you see these players do like impossible things, because being a player,
Mhm.
you know what you're capable of and the place you want to reach, and then you see another player do it, and you're like, just what the hell? That's just, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, but guys, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. To all our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for assisting with the hype. Please share the links, watch this again, put in further comments after that. I'm sure Donnie and Smurf are going to handle it and resolve any queries that you have. If you have any content requests for the podcast, please also put it in the comments. And we're going to do our best to see if we can organize that. But from my side, that will be grace and peace from me, as always. Zach, your sign off. We'll give Papa Smurf some sign off after you.
Yeah, I'm just saying thank you so much for people coming in and supporting the Pro Esports League, of course. Like I said, it's very nice that CODZA is still alive. Keep on going when it comes to the podcast, the content creation that's coming out this year. Compared to how it was last year, we just had tournament casting and streams now and then. And it's always fun to talk about the community, and also from my perspective, actually learning about the amateur league and the semi-pro league. It's pretty interesting. I don't play Modern Warfare anymore, but I was watching the stats, and it looks pretty good. And I come now and then on Bash's stream, and I watch some of his cast that's going on with the Modern Warfare. So I just learn from there what's going on, and to see who's gonna be coming up to the pro side of the league soon,
Yeah.
which I'll be very interested to see.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome, man. Thanks. Papa Smurf.
Yeah. Thank you, Bash. Thank you, Zach. It was amazing having you guys here. And yeah, we're all looking forward to Vanguard. We're probably going to talk about Vanguard each week. We
Yeah.
can't help it, because each week there's going to be something new that's coming out, some new players playing it, sending us some content, giving their opinions on it. And yeah, we all can't wait. We all can't wait for all the teams that's going to start looking at rosters coming up. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and hope everyone have a good week. We have some full games again this week. We have amateur guys that's playing 2 games a week, and the semi-pro guys playing week 3. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, the TNT versus Nexus game this week is going to be, I think, the game of the week that everyone's going to have to tune in to watch that game. And it's going to be very interesting. And yeah, thanks for all the viewers. I will go and watch it now. I couldn't see any of the comments or who's on, who's not on, and I'm gonna see who's not on. So I'll come and haunt you. Go and send you a few messages if you're not on. Thanks for everyone, and we're gonna look this week if there's any suggestions of a next week host. Please send me a WhatsApp if you wanna come and be on. Send me WhatsApp, we can discuss it. And yeah, if anything else, please send us a message. If you want to know something, or we did something wrong, or we can improve something. It's only our 2nd episode, so there's always room for improvement. But I think with Zach here this week, just set the bar there. I don't know how we're going to beat this bar next week.
Oh,
It's
Smurf.
going to be difficult.
The only way
Yes.
we can do it if Zach joins us. That's the only way. But that's a different discussion,
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. Keep well. Thank you
Have
so
a good
much.
night, everyone.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.